So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Go to Antique Obsessions for the hottest in jewelry, antiques, repurposed, solid sterling silver, one of a kind, handmade by Bruce and Jaja. Go to our Facebook, which is Antique Obsessions, or you can go to Etsy.com and go to Antique Obsessions, one word, or type it into your Google and find us there. Thanks.
Tribal, primitive, rustic, Burning Man, punk rock. Conceptual subculture for the edgiest, most cutting-edge designs of jewelry today. Go to Etsy.com/shop/conceptual subculture, or one word, either by going to Google or search Etsy, ETSY.com, and type in one word, conceptual subculture. You will find the hottest designs using natural stones with wire wrap rings, rough, raw, genuine, semi-precious gemstone jewelry, solid sterling silver, copper, leather, orgonite, bracelets, pendants, chokers, men's copper cups with sterling accents, eco-friendly, repurposed, original, one-of-a-kind design earrings. Support MBN by going to Conceptual Subculture on Etsy.
Warning, warning, everything I say is fucking crazy and should not be reinterpreted or reenacted because you will be either shot or NDAA'd. Warning.
It's a storm that I've seen before. Was it in The Day After Tomorrow or War of the Worlds? Is it the end of the world?
So depressed. I don't know what to do. Hey, go for it, man. It's easy for you to say you got the promotion. Look, it'll come, all right? Just don't worry about it.
The feeling is definitely there. It's a new morning in America. Fresh, vital. The old cynicism is gone. We have faith in our leaders.
I'm just gonna come out and say it because I feel like we're running out of time. Are the sons of God touching down on earth? You're listening to the Bruce Montalvo Show. No, folks, I don't have time for fart jokes or anything of that nature. This is gonna be a serious show. This is a life and death. We are literally experiencing the powers of darkness. If my gut serves me right, I'm seeing it, folks. I mean, Bangladesh underwater. Mexico last night struck with an 8.2 earthquake. I mean, this is apocalyptic. I mean, if you're hearing the feeling of hopelessness and despair in my voice, it's because I am terrified. I don't know what the next 24 hours is going to bring. Japan, 5.3 earthquake in Japan. As you know, Texas was ravaged by the Hurricane Harvey, and now there are 3 hurricanes in the Atlantic Basin. You have Katia, again, probably going to make the same rounds on the Texas Gulf Coast, on the Gulf of Mexico, making its way up that way. Then you have Irma, steadfast approaching from Cuba to the Keys into Florida. And not far behind is another one, Jose, all Category 5 hurricanes. I mean, this is unbelievable. I seriously believe that the Titans from the scripture, folks, the gods of long past are touching down. I mean, did you see the video in Mexico where moments before the 8.2 that rocked the city of I believe it was Fujipan, Mexico. It was by the Yucatan. There was this amazing display of lights in the sky. It looked like there were neon blue bombs going off in the horizon. Now, just because you hear me saying that I perceive this to be the gods touching down onto Earth, doesn't mean that it isn't man-made. That's why it's my belief that it's CERN that's being used to communicate with these demons, along with these weather weapons, these directed energy weapons that are, again, steering these Category 5 hurricanes into the United States. And this is I've seen this before. Where have I seen this before? We've seen this, I mean, if we go back to 2000 and I believe it was 2000 and let's see here, going through it, 2010, September 16th, you had Hurricane Carl, Hurricane Igor, and Hurricane Julia. Now you have, they all have the same letter. These 3 hurricanes. In September 7th, 2017, you have Katia, Irma, and Jose. So you had Carl, Igor, and Julia. Now you have, again, Katia, Irma, and Jose. This is deja vu. Is it life imitating film? Okay? Go back to the day after tomorrow, 2004. These same 3 hurricanes that we see today, it's September 6th of 2017. This is something out of War of the Worlds. People are evacuating like Godzilla is about to ravage their shoreline. But what they don't know is this is a mechanized Godzilla, just like Mecha Godzilla. Okay, this is, I'm not blaming it on Trump. I'm not going to be some dumbass libtard and say it's Trump's fault. No, this is the military-industrial complex gone rogue, steering these hurricanes to cause mass devastation. Yes, that's right. Just look at, they suspended the debt ceiling. Okay, because they got the funding, $7.1 billion for this FEMA funding, so they can keep funding their criminally bankrupt government. And, I mean, just to get off the subject here of the storm for a second, I mean, Trump literally made a deal with the devil. He sold out to the Democrats. You see him basically embarrassing anybody that ever supported him by bending over backwards to work with these scum. And for what? It's just, you have the military-industrial complex here now steering hurricanes to cause mass devastation, total death. I mean, these are Category 5s. Three hurricanes, Category 5, and you want to tell me that the SBX1 that's in the Bermuda Triangle has nothing to do with it? Google it up. SBX1. Here reports that there was UFO spotted over Houston before the floods. Now, the 8.2 earthquake in Mexico yesterday, you had these strange lights in the sky. These insane lights. You have a report here from RT. Bizarre lights spotted in skies above Mexico City during quake. Friday's 8.2 magnitude quake in Mexico caused a rare phenomenon known as earthquake lights in the sky. Really? Why don't you look up in Genesis? Why don't you look up the sons of God? Because, okay, the occult, okay, that is in power here on Earth, they're using these mega weapons like CERN and SBX-1 and HARP to make these interdimensional deities manifest themselves in the form of these disasters that are not so natural. And I'm seeing here, once in a lifetime, a storm is once in a lifetime. They're calling it a monster. They're calling it a killer. They're calling it a nuclear storm. I mean, that right there should wake up all you sleepers out there, all you zombies. They're calling it a nuclear storm. Okay, there's no place to run, no place to hide. This is scary, folks. I hate to sound like Homer Simpson just walking around with the bell and the sign that says the end is near. But really, the end is near. Okay, it's the end of the world is now, pretty much. I mean, they're saying it. It's happening. And not just, we've been saying it, but now it's happening. And God loves you, and guess what? He's going to kill you too. Okay? Look at Mexico struck by earthquake, magnitude 8. Tsunamis possible. Tsunamis possible. 8.1 in Fiji-pan. And then in Japan, that 5.3. We haven't heard much from Japan yet. We don't know what the cause, the devastation is, but we do know that in Mexico, that 58 have been killed. I believe it's up to 60 have been killed. This is the biggest quake, the strongest quake to hit Mexico in 85 years. So again, I mean, this is literally the manifestation of destruction. Okay, from the depths, we have caused this beast, this man-made beast, to rise and bring anguish that's gonna burn like 1,000 suns, folks. It's just these are the end times. Did we forget? There's a boogeyman in North Korea with like 3 or 4 body doubles. One of them is the guy that sang that song Gangnam Style. Kim Jong-un's over there saying that he's going to test another H-bomb on Saturday. So what the fuck? Are we living in Godzilla? I don't know. But my co-host, maybe she knows a thing or two. She didn't get taken away by the hurricane, but her heart might be sunk by it. So I don't know what to say. These are dire times. I'm joined by Jaja.
Not for long, Bruce. I really can't take it right now. I'm just very nauseous from this whole thing.
We'll explain to our audience why.
Well, I mean, my brother's over there, my family's over there.
Forget about it. I got the mini Torah here. I got the crystal. I got some sandalwood. And I'm literally praying to Hashem, G/D, to please create a protective firmament over your family in Florida.
Yeah.
They're in Boca Raton right now.
Yeah. But, it's not just that, Bruce. I mean, it's everything. I have a lot of friends there, other family.
You see, Florida, entire state, should prepare to evacuate. We've been telling them, but they don't listen to us because, again, we're nut, and you're nutty. And you hear me talking about the sons of God and all this. I mean, really, they want to put me in a fucking padded white room one day, right?
Well, what took out Bermuda was just that island is like, what the fuck is that? I mean, nobody even heard of it and shit, except for like Robert De Niro, who had like a restaurant there that.
Yeah, he'd go over there and play dress up and be Roberta, right?
Yeah, I mean that's probably what it is. I mean, he probably, you know what I'm saying, like. You wouldn't have never, ever heard
No,
of
but
that
it's really
shit.
becoming comical because, I don't know if you remember this old school video game on the NES, Nintendo. It was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Manhattan Project, right? So they're hanging out in Key West, and then they literally, it's like Manhattan Island gets like pulled up into the sky like it's the firmament. So they're making jokes. The Coast Guard drags decoy Boca Raton into the middle of the ocean. What, they think this is a video game? I mean, The Onion, 3 days ago, talking about Boca Raton, a decoy Boca Raton. So this was 3 days ago. So, I mean, do they know something that's going to happen in Boca that we don't? I mean, we've been trying to warn our family, but, they tend to listen to the fake news, not the real news.
It's very hard to tell how much is hype and how much is not.
Anyway, we see here Boca Raton evacuation zones. So maps and shelters, crews search for missing surfer in Boca Raton. I mean,
That's his fault.
It's unbelievable. I was watching these guys, and they're showing the beach, right? And there's like one or two people out there after like the mass exodus, and they're out there trying to catch some gnarly, tasty waves. What kind of just insane thrill seekers? Do they not know that this is a man-made, geo-engineered superstorm, not by Trump, but by the dark powers that be?
Listen, this is going on a lot longer than Trump.
If Trump sold out to the Democrats the other day, then I think he probably sold out to fucking aliens, and now they're arriving on the planet and they're fucking us up.
Okay, well, regardless, Bruce, Trump is just the president of a lot of companies, and that's America, in America.
You're right. Regardless if Trump is a Mason or whatever, I mean, even fucking Mickey Mouse was a Mason. And here's the thing: I don't know if you noticed, but we've been watching Fox News, or the Weather Channel, and CNN. But on Fox News, they're interviewing a guy that was putting sandbags around Florida, and he had a Freemason hat on.
Yeah, but
that's a telltale sign that there's something fishy going on, right?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, Bruce, is that there's no blame at all for him, because this, like I'm saying, I'm sure if it was up to Trump, he wouldn't have this shit at all. I'm sure he doesn't have any say in the matter. So this has been going on a lot longer than he's been president, their manipulation of weather. And, it's a military operation, has nothing to do with Donald. So I'm sure...
This is Armageddon. Is it not?
Yeah. That's what they said. That's what I read. So... But,
I mean, I don't want to just sound like a shock jock. Look, you're genuinely scared. I'm scared too. We have nephews out there, younglings, and God damn it just feels like the Sith is out there and they got weather machines and they just want to fuck us all to get their funding so they can keep kicking the can down the road, because they got this $7.1 billion Hurricane Harvey relief fund that again funds their criminally bankrupt government until December, right? So these are political storms. This is fucked up. They're destroying people's lives. These people are not human.
Doesn't make any sense.
And I'm sitting here like I'm in a Godzilla movie, and I'm watching them, just this Leviathan, this demonous monster, just go after where our families live. They said coast to coast, right? What's next? California? Okay?
The other coast of Florida, so it's supposedly there's another model, the European model.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you heard, but this storm, Irma, it's supposed to hit... Now, check this out. It's supposed to hit New York on 9/11.
And a lot of other states before that, I mean, looks like it's...
Are you familiar, Jaja, with Fibonacci mathematics?
Of course.
Yes.
It's like the pattern of a sunflower, or the way the spiral, the curve is on a snail.
That's right, or the coral, or
it's a pattern of
well,
numbers.
the universe spins in Fibonacci Fibonacci mathematics.
Something like that.
All this occult numerology, really, I mean, these guys are so insanely evil that they do everything by numbers. And they do it right on the money. I mean, Hurricane Harvey happened the same time as Sandy, right? The 29th or whatever. They happen on the same date. They come around the same date. I'm looking at it right here. It's right out of the fucking movies, okay? The CIA's writing everything. They should rename the CIA the Cinematic Intel Agency, okay? Because you have The Day After Tomorrow, 2004.
There was another movie too. It's called Category 7. It's on my page.
That's right. It's on your Facebook. And the 2 episodes were Harvey and Irma.
Yeah, the 2
So
episodes.
the predictive programming, Pavlovian conditioning to put us to this point where we are at now is unbelievably insane.
Yeah, it was like a movie made like 11 years ago.
It was September 7th, 2017. We have the 3 hurricanes. And September 16th, 2010. So it's almost like identical. Like, to the year, like, to the date, basically. Right on the money. I mean, are people waking up, or are they as blind and hopeless as can be?
Like you said, if everybody was woken up, you'd be all killed. So, I don't really know.
I mean, look, weather weapons, they're not the stuff of comic book anymore. Okay, they exist. They exist.
We were going to move to Florida. We looked around at many apartments. And this was the reason why we decided not to move there. Because, we worked outside. And
we're going to have to deal with a nuclear hurricane? With a monster? With a killer? That no one will be safe in its path?
Mm-hmm. And we're making jewelry and, I didn't really want to be, we do a lot of work outside. I didn't want to be around the rain because it really rains a lot in Florida. And then the hurricanes, and then eventually if we ever had enough money, we could buy a place. I thought, who the hell wants to buy a place there if it could be a hurricane? You always have to get hurricane insurance. And that's like, well, what the fuck? I mean, I'm not really into that, I just wanted something a little bit drier, more workable because, we're jewelers and, I want to do a lot more, pouring metal and shit. I don't really want to be doing that.
But weather weapons exist, okay? It doesn't matter where we make our jewelry, okay? They're going to harp us, okay? They're going to use SBX1. It doesn't matter where the hell you go. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, okay? Like in your song, we can go to Bora Bora, okay, and run from the New World Order, and we're not even going to freaking be safe from the slaughter.
Yeah.
All right? I mean...
And I even mentioned monsoon and all kinds of shit.
Man, Houston, I mean, you're psychic as fuck. Ugh. And you even showed me old school map. I love, like, old school, like, New World Order research stuff. I mean, I have people like Jordan Maxwell on and Ralph Epperson. I mean, you showed me this map, the United States, and I felt like George Washington having, like, a freaking UFO experience being shown the future of the United States. I Am America map. I mean, is it going to be the new map of America?
I hope not. Some hippie people showed me that shit, and I didn't really believe it, like, years ago, and I just...
But if you look at the map, it's happening right before our very eyes. Okay? And this 8.2 in Mexico, it could literally be like a domino effect that could trigger the San Andreas and plunge California into the deepest depths of the ocean. I mean, that Salton Sea is a slip fault. Anything slips from there, you got a 8.5, 9.9, even a magnitude 10 and up in California. I mean, they are tap dancing on freaking hell's door.
How come people in California have no empathy?
You want to talk about not having any empathy? Look at these idiots. These idiot reporters on CNN and Fox News, and they're like smiling while people are fighting for like the last TV dinner in the aisles right now. Okay, going crazy. These idiots on CNN and Fox News are walking around smiling, putting a microphone in their face, laughing, and then going back to do their shows and bragging how they get to give Donald Trump the secret Masonic handshake.
Yeah.
Live on TV in front of Fox News.
So crazy.
I mean, you want to talk about draining the swamp? How the fuck are we going to drain the swamp in Texas that they made?
They're not even showing any updates, like anything. And You don't know what's going on with people. Like, it's almost like, I mean, I was looking around to try to find what kind of recovery efforts are happening, and if the waters have subsided, and you know, you're looking for interviews, it's just not happening. It's like they're just hyping on the next situation that they've got you glued to your TV set with. I mean, it's scary. I mean, some people don't care though. I mean, it's amazing how we talked to a few people in California. I'm not mentioning any names, but they really don't give a fuck. I mean, it's like, oh yeah, okay, dude, yeah.
Like I said, they are tap dancing on the devil's door. Okay, literally, they're gonna burn their biscuits off, and they don't care. They're happy to dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, as you know, the world is being riddled with tsunami warnings and 8.2 magnitude earthquakes in Mexico, 6.1 earthquakes hitting Japan hours after the Mexico quake. These bizarre, strange
they're nowhere near it.
phenomenon in the sky before the Mexico earthquake.
Japan could be an ICBM, man.
Kim Jong-zilla.
Yeah, from North Korea.
Oh my God.
Who's not being run by one of the clones.
Hurricane Irma poses toughest test for U.S. nuclear industry since Fukushima. So they're linking this. They're calling it a nuclear storm. Is this storm like Godzilla in the sense that they're calling it nuclear and that itself maybe was created because of this toxicity that's in our atmosphere because of Fukushima?
I don't really know what nuclear energy is anymore, but maybe there is this radioactivity thing.
Right.
Uranium is very dangerous, and I'm sure there are many chemicals like that, like uranium bombs and stuff. So that we're talking about, or we're not talking about a nuke because there's no such thing as nukes anymore, so far as we know. That's another boogeyman. So,
and it's not getting any better. The news right now, breaking news, Irma's projected path shifts west, Florida more firmly in crosshairs. So they are bracing for one of the strongest hurricanes in modern times.
Well, it's just like the interior
it's
of the Gulf.
bigger than this whole state of Ohio.
I hope it just dies down a lot.
Hurricane Irma expected to hit South Florida's Category 5, may stay west of state. Irma track shifts west. Hurricane Center predicts landfall as Category 5.
I mean, it doesn't make sense why they want to do this because it's just going to make all the property rendered just useless. I mean, why do they want to do that? Nobody's going to want to ever, you say, oh, they want to rebuild. Nobody's going to want to rebuild. Nobody's going to want to invest, and nobody's going to want to buy. Just make it a scare tactic and keep it moving. Hit a couple of whatever, whatever.
You try telling that to these people, but it's like literally out of the Bible, like that quote where like, get your people out of her, okay? Get out of Babylon. It's about to freaking drop, and they don't listen.
Well, I'm just saying that, I don't know why the New World Order wants to fuck Florida up because there's a lot of very beautiful property there and it's a big tourist place and you're just fucking up America.
Technically, that's where we had our freaking honeymoon.
Yeah, I mean, Hollywood Beach is just beautiful. I mean, my friend Anna, she lives up in West Palm Beach.
Yeah, we're hanging out at the Diplomat, driving in her G-Ride Mercedes, you know what I'm saying? Doing it big in Florida. Now what the fuck are we going to do? If we ever go to Florida again, it's going to look like fucking El Salvador.
Yeah, I wanted to take you to this place to have foie gras in South Beach. It's really cool.
What did you say it was? Exploded? Exploded.
It's exploited and exploded, yes, right. This is Doug's liver.
I don't know what djinn or what, deity manifested my vocal cords. They take over. Sometimes they make people like stutter and on live freaking newscasts. Like blah, 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 blah. They can't
I've
even
seen
say
that.
it.
That was really weird.
They can't even talk.
What was that weird thing that we were seeing, like total flubbers, like newscasters that started speaking
I remember that
another
movie
language.
about that green booger.
No, but like everyone,
Oh, no.
even
Okay.
stop. Even like Anderson Cooper, everybody, they were like talking like
On this show, we call him.
Another like
Yeah, on this show, we call Anderson Cooper. We call him Anderson Cooper Scooper.
Yeah, but
Anyway, I'm trying to make you laugh because you got your hard-headed brother out there that just doesn't listen to conspiracy theories like
my
us.
brother, it's my cousins, it's everybody.
Even your hard-headed
and
granny.
my friends and my everybody.
Even your hard-headed granny that's like literally facing the ocean, and she's like, "No, I'm not going," and they literally had to like, throw her ass out the window, wheelchair and all to get her to get out of the damn freaking building.
Whatever. She's still not out, but that's what it is. Old people, they're not moving anywhere. They want to stay. They want to stay.
Look, here's the thing. I'm gonna request. This is an urgent SOS. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Okay, I know you could swim like under 300 feet of water. Okay, so please, if you could rescue my granny, if she's so hard-headed and still stays in there, go get her. I know that doesn't make you. I know.
Right.
I know you. You know what? My kid could fall into like the San Andreas fault and like go fall all the way to freaking Hades.
And then what?
And then what? That's it. She's kaput. That's what. And we survive in the new America and the map of I am America. Because technically, I mean, we're like smarties. They can call us nut and nutty all they want, but guess what? We're not in the crosshairs, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not happy about it.
Well,
but I mean,
we didn't live there because
But these idiot Californians don't care. Okay, they don't even have an emergency warning
I think
system.
they're being so mean to Florida. I mean, that's like I've spoken to several people in California, and they
No. Let me tell you something. I think
They
they're
don't
being.
have a heart.
I think they're being mean to Mexico because
That too.
when Hurricane Harvey hit, the first country to give aid was Mexico, and now they got rocked. Literally, you see people breathing freaking dust. They're pulling them out of the ground. This 8.2 monster freaking quake.
How many people died?
Over 60 and up. Okay, they're still digging people out of the rubble. I think it's mean that they're not giving Mexico any relief. It's not like they're just asking for like some socialist, DACA caca money. I mean, they gave us help.
They just need some hands.
That's right. We need some national. I mean,
What happened to the UN?
Are we living in the end times? What the hell's going on?
They just
Is it the end of the world?
See how much pain you could take before you fucking become sterile and cold and callous like they are.
NASA once admitted that this whole Nibiru coming into our orbit thing was real, and then they said it wasn't.
Orbit.
Yeah.
Orbit. Yeah, and I saw some they said real photos taken from Earth from a astronaut. It came in from CNN today. I was like, oh yeah, why don't you just total CGI, total lies. I mean, how could they just put that on the public all the time? It was totally an art.
Yeah, I mean,
it's art.
We're totally living on a flat Earth, and anytime there's a rainbow, that's proof of it.
Right.
Because it domes like the real Ark of the Covenant, the firmament. It domes like it, right? I don't need to sound like. Oh, you want me to sound like Neil deGrasse ass Tyson? I need to sound like some fake fucking scientist in order for me to be right?
Yeah, I mean, science was an okay subject. I was passed out on my subjects, but wasn't my forte. So I'm not an engineer, even though I went to Cooper Union. I went for art, not for engineering. So my friends were engineers. But I'm telling you, there's no way in hell I would believe something so seemingly off the deep end unless there was a whole lot of logic.
Would you believe this? Would you believe that literally all the nations are going to be run by the UN and all they have to do is stage some type of false flag, phantom event where they could literally use like a big projector and project like a Godzilla, like an image of Godzilla or an image of Jesus, okay, or an image of Jesus wearing a spacesuit, a NASA suit. And everybody would fall to their knees and pray to it, and then they would bring in the UN One World Order, or fuck it, maybe they'll start flying around all the nice ships they have, all the reverse technology UFOs. They'll start flying them around, and no, I'm telling you what's going to happen next. In order for us to fall under complete control of the UN, All they need to do is go spin a freaking UFO, and literally it could be the UFO that heard around the world, right? Because you got all these UFO stories that they happened, but it's like they didn't happen. But what happens when CNN won't stop talking about the UFO, right? Well, I'll tell you what's going to happen. You remember what Ronald Reagan said a long time ago, right? That speech to the UN. Let's listen to it. Maybe we'll remember something together.
Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us? What could be more alien to the universal aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
Is not an alien threat already among us? What did you say about Reagan?
The Aryan race. He was part of the Aryan race, and he did not write his own script.
You mean, and when you say Aryan, you don't mean like some KKK, like dumbasses drinking moonshine. You mean blonde-headed, like Dragon Ball Z Pleiadians from space. The Aryan race that has kites that are made out of titanium, and people mistake them for UFOs.
The one controlling the people, the one making the decisions. I think this has something to do with the Georgia Guidestones, and I discussed it. And I think the Goebbels family
population
lived.
Control.
And I think the Goebbels family lived, and I think that they're in control of this shit.
Oh yeah, Hitler lived. Hitler was transported via subway to Argentina.
Yeah, but I think but the Hitler family, regardless of his legacy, I think the more dangerous family were the Goebbels, and I really do. I think they were more dangerous than the Hitler family. And they lived, and they spread out, and I think there's...
now that you mentioned Nazis, what did Mengele say? Because we could keep telling people about weather weapons and geoengineering, but Mengele said it himself, and one of the sickest minds, he said, the more we do to them, the less they believe it. Okay, so, literally, folks, I feel like Goku's dad, and I got, psychic vision. And I'm running around telling everybody that it's going to be the end of the world, and nobody's listening to me, and they tell me to kiss their stinky feet, and then it happens, and I'm the only one trying to stop it.
Listen to me.
But I can't. I can't stop the tyrannical powerhouse. These powers are bigger than anything. I mean, I would be valiant enough to try, but I would wither away just like this cartoon figure. I'm telling you, folks.
And Bruce, I'm sorry, but I have another revelation, and
it's terrifying.
I have to talk to you about something. I think it was also the Heydrich family involved, and I want to tell you that I think that what Donald said recently about him working with the Democrats, don't interrupt me, please. I think what he said that is because he's fucking scared. He's got a house in Jupiter, and I think the people controlling the weather weaponry are part of those families, and he just said that just because he don't want his
don't destroy Mar-a-Lago. But you know what? I think now that Trump totally bent over backwards for the Democrats, like I was saying, he was a democon.
I'm saying he's not.
I'm saying
he's scared. He doesn't want his house plummeted by by the weather weapon. You have to look at the big picture, Bruce, too.
Yeah. Anyway, continue, please.
No, I'm saying that he's fucking scared. Can you please give Donald credit? This nigga's got a house up in fucking Jupiter. People hate him. He came out and said that he wants to work it out with the Democrats, whatever. He likes them, whatever. He's just trying to be cool. He don't want to fucking... who has the weather... Who has that machine? You're discussing this machine that can take out everybody's house, everybody's life, and he's part of it. It said it's going to Jupiter. So, I mean, what do you think he's going to say? Hey, man, I'm trying to work things out with everybody. And, that's a chess game. He's definitely playing chess, and, he's trying to, in a way, he'll get more support that way, but in the end, you can't believe him. He's a trickster, but you can believe most of the things he said. I think why he ran and the reasons he ran and what he said, I still believe in what he said, and I don't really care what people say about him. I think that he is still human, and people say he wants to that he's sold out, and I think that people want to see him hurt and his ass kicked, and I still see people like that, and people are not giving him enough credit because they're trying to blame him. It's got nothing to do with him. There are people bigger than him. He walked into this mess. There's the weather weaponry. 2006, President Bush passed a weather modification act. And right now, he could be a victim too. So that's all.
Wow, what a train wreck! Like I had some stuff to say about how Trump's a total fucking asshole.
All right.
Thank you for getting me off my my thoughts there. Yeah. Anyway, she's upset. She's got family members in the crosshairs of this. Trump. Let's see. I think he's. Let me see. I was thinking of something brilliant before. It's like literally getting hit by a train sometimes. But let me see. Trump. What are we gonna do with Trump? He's a backstabbing sellout. Embarrassing. You can't believe anything this man says. He's like the Joker. And yeah, I said it before. We had a democon, running, and now we still have a fucking democon, but only he's president. You got a democon president. He pardoned Hillary. He pardoned Pizzagate Schumer and Pelosi, and what else? What else gonna happen? What's gonna happen? I don't know, but it's this. What was I gonna say? Hurricanes. Just look up Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio, and you'll see that even the form of a flower, it's like the form of the universe, and that's what the New World Order is doing. They're plucking the petals off the flower that is the earth. And how many we got left? I don't know. It could be on our last petal. And all these apocalyptic occurrences are a sign of it. Just troubling, just scary times, folks. Trump. He sold out. Just working with these Democrats, really. I mean, you couldn't sell out anymore, Trump. It's just disgusting, embarrassing, and again, I think Jaja's right in the fact that he doesn't want them to destroy Mar-a-Lago, right? She was right on that. I don't know. I had something witty to say, but she was right. Damn it. Okay, what do you want me to say? I'm pleading for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson to just save Jaja's granny and everybody else, because he could swim under like freaking tsunami currents and stuff. But this is the once in a lifetime storm that has everybody in fear. It says here 500-year rain events are happening more than you think. So this happens every 500 years. Funny, all these cataclysmic events have been happening after the eclipse, after the solar eclipse. Hey, come back. You didn't train wreck anything. Godzilla was the one causing train wrecks.
I have to explain that 500, the 1 in 500. It's not really 1 in 500 years. I heard it already, an analysis of it. They just keep saying that. It's just like a rarity, but it's like 1 in 100. It's more like 1 in 500. That's what they're saying years. It's like a 1 in 500 chance or a 1 in 100 chance. But those have been getting, like years ago, maybe 20 years ago, it'd be a 1 in a million chance. You understand? Now it's 1 in 500 chance, but it's not 1 in 500 years. It's got like misinterpreted.
Well, it's not a 1 in 500 chance that Trump is a democon, and I know you walked away, but seriously, Trump capitulated. He capitulated to the Democrats. And anytime you watch the news now, it's not a breakdown of the news. You just get a breakdown of Trump's tweets. So, I mean, isn't it embarrassing? He's handing over power unlimited to Pelosi and Chucky. He's a democon. Okay? Now, here's what I was going to say. I don't think you need to assassinate Trump anymore because he did it to himself by backing the Democrats. You see, you came back, and the thought came back to me. Yeah, hey, libtards, you don't need to assassinate Trump anymore. He literally grabbed a freaking 357 and blew his own fucking head off by siding with the Democons.
Don't you see that as a chess move, Bruce? Not necessarily.
You know what? You're right. You're very right about that too, because he's been spotted playing or photographed playing chess with his son Barron.
You want to know the truth?
Who is also on the mural for the Denver airport. How apocalyptic is that?
I think
Barron Trump's on the Denver airport mural.
I think Trump is his own man.
Look that up.
And
No. I think that all you idiots that voted Trump got scammed. I'm sorry. Look, I like what Trump was saying. You know why? Because he was going through all my surveys, and he's like, oh, how could I appeal to people like Bruce? Oh, he's kind of a libertarian centrist, kind of crazy fuck. Oh, I'll say some crazy things, too, to get his vote. Oh, well, you got my my approval, but, I don't fucking vote because, what did Stalin say?
it's not who.
It's not who votes, it's who counts the votes. I must have said that on this broadcast, like every single broadcast. Well, he pardoned Hillary. He pardoned Obama. He pardoned them all.
Listen.
If you can't beat him, join him.
It's not that.
He sold out.
It's not that.
And he's probably going to sell us out to aliens, too.
He doesn't rule the world, Bruce.
So, yes, he does. If you are the Burger King manager of the United States presidency, then, yeah, you rule the world, kind of, sort of.
Dick Cheney's have been around, and they've been around a lot fucking longer than he has, all right? He's just been a monarch, successful businessman that is, has his act together.
So how do you think Trump's handling Hurricane Un?
I think he's not.
He's not, huh?
No.
They're trying to say that he didn't meet.
Scared.
They're trying to say that he didn't meet with Harvey flood victims, but meanwhile, they were faking like pictures of Obama feeding flood victims. Oh, God. It's despicable.
Yeah. No, Obama didn't.
No, the Democrats think that fantasy is reality.
I think that
they really do.
I think Donald
they really
is covering it up with the doc because I think he's scared shitless, and that's when he started talking about something else because he thinks that it's out to get him.
Now look, he's a big joker and he's laughing. Okay, he's shaking Sean Hannity's fucking hand masonically, and they're both laughing while people are dying, fighting for the last TV dinner in the frozen food aisle.
I hope they don't do that to Florida. It's not. I don't see it.
Did you hear? They're treating it like TV, like it's a new season. Watch now, tornado season, killer storm, and death tolls live.
And I just don't understand how your peoples in California have no fucking.
No, they don't care.
They're like brain dead. That's why I always.
You ever did you watch They Live? Okay,
yeah.
They're like They Live zombies, and let me tell you something. They don't care. They don't care at all. Okay, the world is being plunged into political and social disorder. We're being dragged into the dregs of anarchy to hell, and they don't care. Okay, as long as they have their beer and their freaking Dodgers baseball. And the Laker basketball, they don't give a damn.
No.
They don't give a damn that we have this culebra, this sidewinder hurricane, okay, this reptilian-made hurricane hurtling towards Florida. And they don't care that Mexico just dropped one domino that's going to cause them, the last domino up there, to fall.
I just wonder how come my whole life we always heard of the big one, and it was California, and now the big one is ending up being like Florida.
Look, God is hitting us with like a fucking Kamehameha wave from heaven, all right? Is that what they're doing? They're using freaking directed energy weapons from heaven to steer these damn monstrous killer storms into the States. Hey, what a coincidence, right? Politics and storms going hand in hand. A political storm. They get to fund their criminal corporation. The Don of the Mafia, known as the Presidency of the United States, gets to fund the The criminal government because of Harvey? Really?
Listen, like I said, can you leave Donald alone? Because it's not his fault. This shit's been around way longer than him.
Well, meanwhile, on the radio, they're telling you the sky, is falling down on ads. They're telling you that you're safe and sound. The radio's singing, you're driving to your Chevy, but the levee is dry, you're going to die. Right?
Mm.
While Irma, my aunt, who has despicable, disgusting shit children that should be hung by their entrails, while Irma is traveling into Florida, being guided by a weather weapon station in the Bermuda Triangle, known as the SBX-1. Okay? Really, I mean, it's like the Titans themselves, the gods, disguise themselves as natural disasters. You have 4 hurricanes. Okay, you don't forget about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. These are the freaking 4 hurricanes of the apocalypse. Okay? Florida's bracing for a monster. Meanwhile, Kim Jong-un has how many doppelgangers? How many freaking body doubles? Even that guy from Gangnam Style? They told him, here, Kim Jong-un eat a Snickers, and he turned into that guy. Anyway, we're very tense here. We're very worried as all Floridians are being urged to prepare. The governor right now, breaking news, is saying that they're running out of time to leave now. To leave now. Oh, my God. Oh, my. Do they really think? I mean, this is not a traditional storm. I wish I could teleport myself with instant transmission, like a Dragon Ball Z, and take your family and bring them here to Arizona. I mean, I don't want to cause you to break down on air. I mean, this isn't fucking radio. This is real life.
Yeah.
This is real life. Jaja doesn't have a script in front of her. She has her entire family in Florida, and the governor of Florida is saying, we're running out of time. Leave now. It's like fucking Godzilla's about to end up on their shore, folks. But they don't care. They want FEMA to take over that part of Florida. Just look at the I Am America Earth Changes map. Earth Changes map. Half of the Florida freaking coast, half of Florida is gone. Miami's gone. Forget about it. The Dolphins are going to have to fucking play somewhere else.
Mm. Well, it really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do too much damage to Florida because,
Did it make sense? Did it make sense to do damage to Houston and Texas? Oh, what, the Houston Astros aren't good enough? The Texans aren't good enough?
It's not as big as tourist places as Florida.
What, to go see a whole bunch of tacky Cubans walking around in G-strings with their sweaty asses? I'm sure they got sick of it. It's not 1988 with Al Pacino making Miami look real hip, man. I'm sure it's raunchy, and all their hotels are covered in semen. So it's gross. It's like freaking Parasite City. Now, I'm not saying go for it. Take out Miami. I want to go to Miami. As a matter of fact, I'm pissed because, for the times that we vacation in Hallandale in Florida, I was like, hey, Jaja, let's borrow your mom's car because we don't got a car there. I'm like, let's go to Miami and you can wear that top I like where you're busting out and I can wear my yellow Speedo. And she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to do it. What, it's not a pretty sight? I'm sorry, folks. I forget it's radio and then you're getting the sight that I'm saying. Don't look at me that way. Okay? Don't look at me, little puppet. Anyway, no, Oh, you want me to be Mr. Fucking Funny? I got nephews that I'm worried about. You think I'm worried about making you laugh? Audience? I'm petrified, man. I wish you guys could give me some real freaking talk radio superpowers and, talk is cheap. I want to fucking, teleport myself and save my fucking family, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but nobody wants to leave their house alone, Bruce, and that's the problem,
Leave their house alone. Is a house a living, breathing thing?
Yeah, but
I mean, you could just build another house, right? Can you build another arm or another face or another brother or granny?
No, but then, you have all the criminals that are out right there waiting. It's very scary.
That's why you always got to pack your steel. Always. You got to have that steel.
It's a mess.
You got to keep it handy.
It's a mess. That's what I'm saying. The whole thing is a mess. I can't stand this. They're not being, and I know that Donald's just being, he's just sticking up.
What the hell's he gonna do? Did you see what you think they did to Kennedy? Right? They set it up to where if you become
Kennedy,
a rogue president, they blow your head off,
yeah,
or they
Kennedy lived, please.
Or they fake it and make it look like you got your head blown off, so that nobody goes rogue.
Yeah.
I don't know. Why don't you ask that demon, George, freaking Herbert Walker Bush, who's still walking around talking about hurricanes and how sorry he feels. Meanwhile, he looks like Darth Vader with his helmet off. What fucking George Bush Sr. looks like.
He looks like he had a new heart. Looks like he got a new heart or something.
I seriously think that Jimmy Carter might be John F. Kennedy. Am I wrong?
Yes, very.
Am I being a shill when I say that?
I think
you're allowed to call me a shill right now.
I think you're not being fair to John F. Kennedy.
Okay, that's it. I'm going to start
way
talking.
Better looking than Jimmy Carter was disgusting.
I'm going to start talking about
horrible
Bigfoot now. Well, I don't want to sound like a fag or nothing, but Pete Santilli was a way better looking than Roland Reddy, right? And look what happened there. What'd they do? That's right. That's our old friend. So what happened to him, right? They did something to his mouth. Come on, say something. I don't want to sound like a Panoy kid.
No,
I just say, oh, this guy looks better than another guy. You better come in with your big titties and slap them in my face and say something about it.
Well, Jimmy Carter was really, really ugly, and he still is really ugly. And he's
but they could take ugly or wasn't that ugly and then turn them into things.
No.
I mean, come on. If they can grow freaking organs inside a pig, human organs, I mean, they can't make you look like a redneck hillbilly when you used to look like some Guido.
Oh, that nigga fucking ugly ass Carter had family and there's pictures of him growing up. You can't fake all that shit, Bruce. I mean, it's not what they did for Rush Limbaugh, is not what they did for...
who do we think Rush Limbaugh is?
You say it. Your people came up with it, not mine.
Come on, baby, light my fire. That's right. That's who we think he is. We think he's that guy. But, yeah, we're being silly now. You see, doppelgangers, we get into doppelganger land, and, people going from butt ugly to butt uglier. And, I don't know. I just think that maybe Jimmy Carter might be fucking JFK, because JFK faked his death.
I think JFK moved to Greece, on one of those fucking islands or something.
So whose head did Jackie Onassis blow off? She just blow up some fucking balloon or some watermelon? Or did they do some Mandela effect shit and fake it?
No, I think he just they faked it. Yes, they faked it. And I think he went, I remote viewed him on an island. I just think
Damn.
I think his whole family moved to that island, whatever island it is.
No wonder we're targeted individuals. You're talking about remote viewing niggas.
Yeah, I'm pretty
He's
sure.
Dangerous.
I'm pretty sure that I saw him on an island, and that's why his sons, everybody died, his brothers and shit. They all dipped and they went to the
that's
island.
A happy ending.
They all went. They didn't die. They all faked their deaths. The Wizard of Oz style, and they went to the fucking wizard. They got a new name, and they moved to an island, maybe Barbuda, wherever maybe one of those fucking Sir Bronson's island. Those.
Yeah, that's what they do. They
fake
fake their deaths, and then they create all this order out of chaos, right? Because with this chaos, there's gonna be order. They're gonna bring order with all this chaos.
That's gonna be more like we are the world. That's what's going to bring people together. All these world tragedies. Just let everybody in.
But you know what's really pissing me off now that you said that? You know what's really pissing me off is that they're trying to equate this storm to Trump's behavior. As if Trump's behavior caused these storms. No. The weather weapons that the military-industrial complex has had long before Trump is causing these. Not Trump's behavior. And then they're trying to equate these stupid storms to global climate change. Again, some libtard agenda. While people are losing everything, we have to put up with this idiot libtard agenda. And now they're literally blaming the hurricane on Trump. God made a hurricane because he hates Trump.
I think if everybody...
No, he didn't. The military, the Pentagon made these hurricanes, not Trump.
I think if everybody prays, they can change the path and they can lessen it. I just do. I think that we should pray, and we should just light candles and just pray that.
Well, I'll tell you
it's
what.
gonna
Look, I
disappear.
took a candle and I put your, I put a candle. Damn it, I'm saying something and then you're like shaking your head and you're pissing me off. I'm gonna fucking
You want
finish
to tell
saying what I'm
everybody you're
saying.
doing magic?
I don't give a fuck. All right? Now shut up. I took a candle and I wrote your family's last name on it and I anointed it with High John the Conqueror oil. Yeah, that's right. Because, you're a conduit. You yourself as a human being, you are an electrical tower of power that can be used, and you could freaking bring a spirit bomb to freaking nuke this hurricane away from your loved ones if you really pray hard enough.
What about all of Florida? I mean, just like.
I don't know. I don't know about Florida.
You think
I'm
China's
praying
doing
that
this?
your family will be safe from the storm, but as for Florida, I mean, did you see what it did to the Caribbean islands?
But they want to listen, Bruce. All those Caribbean islands, they've always been economically the shit hole of the Western world. I'm sorry, but they have been, and I don't.
Yeah, right. They only show you the nice part of Puerto Rico where you go and you get your drink and then the sand. And then you pan out to the left and it's a big toilet bowl of turds.
I could see developers wanting to restructure as long as, the lives that are inconsolable. But, I could see them wanting to, rebuild. But Florida's built, baby. You know what I'm saying? The place is like...
Yeah, you figure they spent all that time building it with cocaine money and then they're just going to knock it down with a fucking hurricane? Why are they going to do that?
That's what I'm saying.
There's a bunch of criminals made it.
It's not like Puerto Rico is all fucked up,
Besides that, Puerto Rico is asking for money.
Yeah.
So if their economy was bad before the storm, now think about it now after this storm, and then after Jose, the other storm that they got coming in. I mean, damn.
And then Cuba, the whole piece of shit island. And then fucking Haiti. Haiti's disgusting. And the Dominican Republic, what, they got like 10 hotels there? That's it. I mean, it needs to be rebuilt. They need to make it beautiful there.
I'm really pissed off about Florida, just like you are. I can't understand it either because we were hanging out with our friends, Diplomat Hotel, hanging out, beachside, poolside, one of the greatest, most spectacular, money, show me the money views ever, right? I mean, luxurious. I mean, even Trump, you don't think Trump's losing money? I don't want to hate on Trump. I got to hate on him a little bit. I didn't like him hanging out with Pelosi and Schumer. But I mean, Trump's got Trump estates over there in Florida. You got Trump buildings. I mean, he's going to take a major loss as well if anything happens to those buildings. I mean, he is not happy.
What do you think? And everybody wants him. It doesn't matter what he says, but he's got so many haters. They're trying to send the negativity to his place. Period. It's obvious. So just anyway, it's very.
And what's very tough is that you have your. How old is the baby? Yeah.
I really don't want to talk about.
Please, excuse me. That you have a little baby with your brother, and it's just so tough right now, probably, because I mean, if I had a baby and I was in that situation, I would have been halfway across Tennessee by now. But that's because I'm a conspiracy theorist. But those of us that are not, I love your brother. I mean, he's a Second Amendment dude, and he does good by his kids. You know what I'm saying? And he's a great guy. But I mean, they don't listen. They don't listen to us. They stayed there, and now the governor is saying, "Hey, why didn't you get out? Or prepare to get out? Or if you're still there, you better be thinking about getting out."
I have a lot of friends there too. Believe me, I know a lot of people there. So, whatever. Just, it's very hard. My cousin Sandra, Aaron Russo's sister, and his other sister Lisa.
So Aaron Russo's sisters, the late Aaron Russo's sisters, are out there. Your cousins.
Mm-hmm. Well, both of his sisters.
Wow.
Two of his.
Right, the two I met at the bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Or that one night where I was stuffing my mouth with macaroni.
And my fucking Uncle Art.
Eating pierogies.
from Police Academy.
Vetrano, that guy that super glued his like dick to the side of his like leg or something, and had like, well, what did he do? He had like super glued his
Hands to the hand,
and he walked out with like a schlong all over the place.
Yeah, Mauser.
You know, he kind of reminds me of like a '70s porn star. Does he got like that sleazy '70s porn star look?
Definitely.
Wasn't he like a cop in like a '70s porn star-esque movie?
Yeah.
No, but it's insane because that, you know, you got Lenny.
He's also in Johnny Loves Chachi.
You got Lenny Schultz over there. Everybody remembers him being Crazy Lenny from Johnny Carson's show. Remember we were like hanging out with him, swimming and stuff, and he's over there, and there's a lot of people we know over there.
Yeah,
we're
my old manager's mother.
More importantly, my nephews, you know, your nephews, you know, that's like the Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and then and Jewy, whatever, Chewy. Oh man, I wish I could just play fart jokes all day and Hurricane Irma would go away, but it's coming.
Maybe you need to just push her aunt out and say, "Fuck you, you fucking bitch."
My Aunt Irma.
Yeah,
I pretty much did that to her kids. I told them they were all bums and they sucked. They were whores and thieves. That's what I said to. I have an Aunt Irma, and I'm particularly mean to their children because they deserve it. They're like vagabond, riffraff, trash, scum bums of the earth. Anyway, folks, we're very worried, and you know, we're trying to help people through our jewelry. We had donations for the Red Cross for Harvey, and now we're hoping we don't have to have the same for Florida. Not because I can't afford it, but because it's my family. And, you know, my California family, they don't give two shits about me. You know, I had to take them to court and tell them to quit all the screwy business with my daughter, not having her talk to me for 7 months. Can you believe that? 7 months? Who does that? And I took care of that shit. But, yeah, I don't have a family, per se. I feel like an orphan myself, and if anything happens to Florida, then I'm technically a fucking orphan, and I don't want Jaja to join me. Please, Elohim out there in the sky, you know, please don't hurt Jaja's family. I mean, I'm doing a live on air. I'm not about to do the whole Padre Nuestro and do the little Jesuit, you know, sign of the cross thing. Cause I'm trying to be a Jew now, right? Trying to be a Jew. I'm going to take it back to the old days. You know, back in the day where I would hide the mini Torah in the stinky foot of the Virgin Isis.
Right.
But anyway, if you want to help us out, we still have donations for the Harvey victims, and that helps. If you buy any jewelry with us, there's a donation that is being sent to any flood ravaged
jewelry,
victims.
Bruce. Excuse me. Can I take care of this now, please? Because I really don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you.
Don't rant my ear off. We'll go right to the product.
Thank you. The donations, if you know, they're not in every store. Okay, they're just in Outrageous Jewels and on eBay. Okay, the other stores, I don't know how they have it configured. It's to some artisans and stuff like that, so I don't really know how to do it on Etsy. But but sales are slow because everybody's hurting right now also. So you can help us out. And you could go to etsy.com/shop/antique obsessions. We have a 50% off sale. Or you can go to etsy.com/shop and conceptual subculture. Or you can go to Google and type in conceptual subculture, one word. Just go to Google, type in conceptual subculture, and you'll find our Etsy store. And then in that store, you can click to the other store on the front page. You know, I have both pages
both stores linked. The other one is Antique Obsession, so that's all sterling silver. It's kind of like even hot, like really, really upscale spoon jewelry, like real upscale. So you could go check that out with my designs. And the conceptual subculture is just like really fun, like brutalist, like primitive tribal kind of wear and copper. I made these really pretty little sterling silver earrings out of with scrap sterling. They're only like $22 when they're solid sterling. So yeah, Bruce and I make jewelry all day,
and you could find us on Twitter at Antique Obsess. That's at Antique Obsess, and it's linked up to the eBay store, the Etsy store,
and we're also on Amazon. We have Amazon Handmade, so you could just find us. We're Antique Obsessions on Amazon Handmade,
and on Facebook at Antique Obsessions at Conceptual Subculture. And when you shop with us, know that your purchase is going to help a flood victim.
Not on all stores, just one of them, but yes.
Which one?
I said that on eBay, on Outrageous Jewels.
On Outrageous Jewels on eBay, your contribution will help a victim of Hurricane Harvey. Yeah. This is scary. It's very scary when you know the symbology and basically the origins of this darkness, this dark power, these dark forces that are upon mankind, that are ruling over us. You're familiar with, in Hindu, the Rahu is God. Literally the Ouroboros, the snake that eats its tail. I mean, literally after this solar eclipse event, we've had cataclysmic event after cataclysmic event after cataclysmic event. And the people, just like Orwell said, they don't care. They just want a nice cold beer and, turn up the game for them a little bit, and that's it. They tune out. Even as the world is crumbling around them. They don't care that we're being ruled by Prussian, Nazi, British, royal freaking monarchies, right? And they're all related. And again, that Trump presidency that you thought you had, what was it? Bannon said you lost it. And he's an occultist. I mean, his book pretty much proves it was a devil's bargain. Yeah. Tells you who his Sith Lord was, Julius Evola. But Trump said it himself, too. He said, I'm a globalist. He said that. So, they're saying this isn't the Trump presidency we voted for. You had the Gorkas saying that, and the Bannon saying that. I mean, these guys could very well work for, like, freaking Cobra or whatever, right? They kind of sound creepy. They look creepy, right? Look like freaking ghouls. But that's the thing. Trump's surrounded by ghouls. And now the whole United States could end up being filled with ghoulish swamp creatures. They're planning on flooding the entire damn thing if you go by the I Am America Earth Changes map. Okay, but Trump's being run by the centrists, leftist generals, okay, who are engaging us in this cultural Marxism and demographic warfare. That's what's going on. And Harvey is a geostorm, a Harvey HARP storm. But again, Harvey, could they use HARP? I mean, HARP, isn't it shut down? I mean, it's been around for like 20 years. They're using this microwave directed energy weapon, the SBX-1.
Bruce, I don't know what the weapons are, and you don't know either, because you just know whatever comes out of somebody else's, picture book. They could be covering.
That could be whatever PSYOPs is putting out.
Exactly. So
and I'm aware of that too.
Right. So,
but
there are to believe weather weapons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Controlling the weather. Yes. Steering it. Yes. Which weapon? Who the fuck knows?
But it's just mind-boggling the in-your-faceness of the powers that be, these dark forces. They're behind the Cinematic Intelligence Agency and their movies like Geostorm. And again,
that can give anybody a heart attack.
This geostorm, you put a person that's sensitive to that stuff in a theater, they'll have a heart attack. Right
I know
there.
somebody that did have a heart attack and died in a movie theater watching that London falling.
Well, wasn't it
Olympus
falling?
falling, and it was. Yeah, I knew a friend of mine's.
Oh, but this geostorm here, I mean, it's trumping up Trump's approval rating, just like a 9/11 style attack. I mean, they're directing this hurricane right towards Miami, just like they directed those two planes into the Twin Towers on 9/11. And Trump's approval rating is going sky high. Sky high. Meanwhile, the liberals are tweeting that they want to see Trump's Mar-a-Lago stay washed away or totally
that's
submerged.
what I mean. I don't believe that his approval ratings are going sky high. Everything, these polls are bullshit, and they all come out of Tavistock. So if you're going to believe a poll, please, let me go fucking dance on a pole before I believe it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is bull crap. Don't believe Tavistock polls.
Okay, but what they should believe is, I don't believe you, Bruce. They can't control the weather. It's just a movie. It's just a movie, Bruce. You're nutty.
Every day. Even Aaron always said, "Don't."
What about actual weather modification bill? Okay, what we have here. What is it here? Is S1. It's S.517. S.517. 109th Congress Weather Modification Research. It is the purpose of this act to develop and implement a comprehensive and coordinated national weather modification research policy and a national cooperative federal and state program of weather modification, research, and development. There you go. It exists. It exists. And they're using these damn things to bring about Armageddon. The freaking apocalypse is here. They are channeling the gods from the ancient times. And they're touching down. They're manifesting in the forms of these megalithic freaking catastrophes. And I don't know. I mean, Sunday, I'm probably not going to sleep all of Saturday night. I mean, I'm going to be glued to the television. Literally, I mean, I can't even make jewelry without staring at the TV as they're telling me that they're getting ready to fly into this monster storm. And again, the eye of Horus, the eye of the storm.
Aren't you Horus?
We're dealing with powers beyond our comprehension, and they're using these weather weapons, these portals, these possible stargates like CERN, to bring in these interdimensional deities into our plane of existence. It's happening as the mass consciousness of humanity is rising. I mean, people. If one thing that Trump did that was positive was help people realize that the news in front of them is fake. They're still pushing the fake news, but I mean, just saying it was healthy, right? Is there any deterrence, anything negative, any cons to saying fake news?
People don't understand what it is. I mean, fake news doesn't mean, is it fake news that people have to leave Florida?
Yeah, they want to say Hurricane Irma's fake news. They want to say that I'm a libtard for saying that this is a weather-modified weapon and that I hate Trump. Okay. And now that makes me some fucking Bolshevik.
It's just stupidity upon stupidity.
Fuck you. How about that?
They like to limit as much as you can their sentences. So it's kind of like talking to an illiterate like your mother. And it's like stupid and stupider. It doesn't mean... It's like...
Hold on.
It doesn't...
Hold on. What you say about my mama? Anyway, go on. That was from that Drinking Your Juice in the Hood movie. Anyway, go on. Yes, my mama is stupid.
She's stupid, and your father's even stupider. You say, "Oh, don't be stupid." You say, "What you calling me stupid?" Yeah, well, that's the level of stupid you get. I mean, we're not talking that it's not happening. I mean, fake news is what we mean is you know, when they make a riot and they arrange it. This is not arranging. Maybe okay. They're it's not a natural occurrence, is what we're saying. Not fake news. Fake news.
No, this is a preternatural occurrence. This isn't a natural occurrence. It's not a supernatural occurrence. This is a preternatural, freaking, man-made occurrence.
It's not fake news, okay? And regardless, hurricane, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's still a fucking monster storm. It's a hurricane. It is happening. Whoever made it, whether it's man-made or God-made, and it's not God-made, okay? So that's what we're saying.
No, they manufactured Katya, Irma, Jose, like in Dr. Frankenstein's lab, you know.
It's not fake
news. The
news.
Legion of Doom kidnapped Dr. Frankenstein. They got Dr. Frankenstein coming up with this catastrophic storm that is roaring its way towards South Florida. Unbelievable. You see what it did to the Turks and Caicos?
They have the ability to slow it down and to stop it.
Oh, they had the ability to do that with Harvey, but they steered it back into Houston twice, just in time to suspend the debt ceiling so that they could get that Harvey, $7.1 billion Harvey FEMA funding.
I just don't understand, like, what is happening, like, in the prisons, for example, and the hospitals.
There's a lot of cornholing in the prisons.
Well, I mean, they're getting stuck.
No, I'm just kidding.
They're getting stuck. Are they? What do they do? They bring the prisoners in a bus somewhere. You know, everybody like, oh, don't leave me in the prison cell.
Well, I'll tell you what. Look. If I had it my way, I'd have them all shot. Or
what if they're
let me finish. Or wearing pink.
What if they're just weed smokers and you're one of them one day? Please.
Oh, they could get out for free, homie. Then they got no business being in jail at all. I'm talking about the gangbangers and the heroin slangers and the baby rapers.
Who cares about the heroin slangers? They shouldn't even be there either. It should be legal. And Aaron said so too. It's very libertarian to say that the drug in Switzerland.
Meanwhile, Aaron was hanging out with fucking the Rockefellers. So please, don't you try to speak libertario with El Gran Brucio. Entiendo? Comprendo.
But at the end of the day, it's better to have it. It's better to legalize and talk to Jesse Ventura. They'll tell you the same thing.
Jesse Ventura. A guy that literally backed up Bernie Sanders? Why are you talking over me? You think people want to hear you talking over the great one?
Because you're going to talk about Jesse Ventura's jacket. That's when I first started talking to you, ever.
Yeah, Jesse Ventura had a Rothschild jacket. Yeah, you think you're funny, huh? You think just because you date me for like 9,000 years now, you know everything I'm going to say, everything I'm going to do, right? And now it's not thrilling or exciting. How about?
Were you going to say that?
Out of nowhere, I just give you a wet willy right now. You wouldn't even thought that I'd do that.
Were you really thinking that about Jesse Ventura's jacket, a Rothschild jacket?
Yeah, I'm becoming senile.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm getting senile.
See, I remote viewed you in your mind.
Yeah, you better stop that.
Yeah.
I only like you remote viewing me,
Yeah.
Anyway, what are you doing? You see how you just come around and you train wreck the show and you make my brain like pop a boner? You can't think when your brain turns into a boner, okay?
We're just talking about...
We're talking about total bedlam and destruction and the possible, freaking sinking of Florida.
Right. And
with your entire
legalizing
family
drugs, and legalizing drugs is not a bad thing, okay? And all drugs, even heroin.
Well, I don't know about that because you said all drugs. No, excuse me. You said all drugs. How about methamphetamine? You gonna legalize that garbage?
Well, if you don't legalize it, and then it should be up to the person to fuck them. If they want to fuck themselves up, you can fuck yourself up with anything. You know, you can go and drink some Drano and shit. You know, and die from that.
I just don't think that they should mess with cannabis smokers at all. Leave them the fuck alone, okay? Cannabis has been around as long as the Earth has been flat, so. Kiss my ass. Seriously.
It doesn't make any sense for them to
focus. It doesn't make sense.
And you know what else doesn't make sense? For these tribal colleges tribal people trying to, go to white man college. You know why? Because I think that these tribal men, they should have their own colleges and teach us.
Yeah, don't they have their casinos? That could be their fucking colleges. They could have a trade college from inside their fucking casino on how to run a casino. So they could start casino trade colleges because they're a bunch of greedy, stinky, stupid, stinky Indians that didn't sprout from the desert freaking flower. Okay, they're the same rotting freaking crap as the rest of us. So they think they're special, and I think they're a bunch of scalping savages, a bunch of freaking heathens, if you ask me.
Yeah, but Bruce, they have a lot of skills in farming.
But let me tell you something.
Listen to me.
If Geronimo was around right now, I would kick his ass.
Okay.
All right.
He's a big ugly motherfucker.
I'll take Geronimo on by myself. You don't think I could do it?
Yes.
Give me a 2x4, all right? I'll break him down smoothly.
Okay.
Like Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
You. He would outrun you.
I don't know. He had some big ass hands.
It's
kind of like fighting Lurch, like a really big Lurch.
But Indians, what I was trying to say is that they have a lot of skills themselves. They have jewelry skills, and they know how to.
Oh, come on! All they do is make the same stupid turquoise ring over and over and over again. I mean, really?
Yeah, but how many people come to the West for that ring?
Oh, how I am running cactus that drinks from water fountain, and I make turquoise rings all same all the time. Yes. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, it's time to make fun of Indians on the Bruce Montalvo show.
All right.
We don't call them Indians. We call them stinky Indians. Stinky Indians, not Native Americans. They're the rightful owners of America. No, they're not. They're killing each other. Okay, they're raping each other. And don't try to act like y'all niggas ain't from fucking Asia, all right? Stupid, stinky Indians. I'm sick of them. Really. Ugh, they're hideous, too. You see how they age and shit? And why is it that they couldn't even drink? They're like lightweights. Like, back in the day, if you gave an Indian, like, a little bit of whiskey, his ass would, like, die. Because I have pure of heart. Like, the land is pure.
But what difference are they from? They don't look too much different than the Mexicans, except they're a little bit bigger. They look like bigger Mexicans. They all have the chinky eyes and the high cheekbones. It's just a land thing.
Oh, well, the Aztecs never left. They turned into, like, those little ugly Guatemalans. They got a little bit taller.
I'm sure.
You know, they want to tell you Pakal got in some fucking Nazi spaceship and, like, blasted off from Palenque. No. They're still living in El Salvador. Alright. And I don't know for how long, because it's quaking and it's shaking, and they're gonna get to shaking some fucking bacon over there, big time, because people are in there in the rubble. Okay, literally, it's like if you were drowning and like I push down on your belly and like water comes out of your mouth. Well, a bunch of rocks and rubble are coming out of people's mouths when they do that to them. I mean, it's total death and devastation. That's why I'm saying, are the sons of God touched down? Are the Nephilim here? Are these the final hours of man? Is this the 11th hour of humanity?
Oh, you're so much into the doom and gloom. Goodbye. I'm leaving. Have a good show.
It was a good show, and yeah, I'm into the doom and gloom because I don't know how many times I watched those new Godzilla films. Man, I've been watching them all day. You think I want to just sit there and just stare at the possible devastation of Florida? I'm worried, man. Okay? I got family. I got nephews, brother-in-law, granny-in-law. I'm worried. And my heart and prayers and everything in me is that they're safe and that God creates a protective firmament over my family in Florida and keeps them from this monster storm. Anyway, this is Bruce Montalvo signing out. I'll be watching. listening to MBN Montalvo Broadcasting Network.